It's 11:30 p.m. You just got done with your day of work, school, or whatever you do with your time. Now you have two options. Either choose this rectangle of darkness, or you can choose this magic rectangle in which the history of the entire world, all your favorite friends, celebrities, politicians, and about 10 billion ads all live together. I would personally choose
A long metal pick would be inserted through your upper eyelid, entering the brain's frontal lobe.
Here's a question for you guys. Is it necessary? Is it necessary that every single person on this planet expresses every single opinion that they have on every single thing that occurs all at the same time? Is that necessary? Or to ask it a slightly different way, can anyone shut the fuck up? Can anyone, anyone, any single one, can anyone shut the fuck up about anything, about any single thing? Can any single person shut the fuck up about any single thing for an hour? You know, is that possible? And I know you're thinking, you're not shutting the fuck up right now. And that's true, but
20 years ago, if you were someone who was constantly hearing about the crime rate, tragedies, pop culture, events, the weather, on an hourly basis, you were either a very rare, very well informed person, or more likely, you would have probably been a journalist. But now, thanks to the aforementioned rectangle, the powers and the problems of an average journalist have been trickled down to everyone. And I'm in no way making any judgment on whether that is a good thing or a bad thing. All I know is that it is very overwhelming to have that much information flowing in your brain without knowing how to process it. At least journalists have formal training, a structure, a team, and the fact that they're getting paid for that mental turmoil might make it a little easier to bear. And since it seems like the amount of information I'll be consuming will be just increasing exponentially as we go on with the future, I thought I'd ask actual professional journalists how they deal with it so that I don't fry my dopamine receptors before I'm 25. I went to 4 different journalists and started by asking them if they agreed with my assumption. Their response was mixed.
सुनने में अच्छा लगता है कि everybody should treat themselves as a journalist, but I think that way we are putting too much burden on people.
Yeah, I do agree because I think in today's day and age, everyone has access to information on their phones, and a lot of it is actually misinformation which gets propagated, and so that's another thing to look out for.
To an extent, yes. I mean, if we just keep till the point where everyone is consuming every sort of information. पहले ऐसा होता था that whatever you see in the newspaper, so mostly people used to concern themselves with what is happening in their area, their city, then their country की okay, south में हो रहा है, north में हो रहा है.
No, not at all. You know, the hard work those on-ground reporters put in is a lot because first of all, safety. वो अपना safety के बारे में नहीं सोचते हैं and they just want to cover news.
The first thing that really humanized them was that each of them had stories which stayed with them personally throughout their career.
तो अभी मैं एक latest I'll tell you, the dog verdict came. ठीक है. Take away all the dogs and put them in shelter and they cannot be left out. ठीक है. The verdict had a lot of questions around it. That first of all, do we have that kind of setup and all? Then eventually Supreme Court modified the verdict. So that day I felt a bit strongly about it because A, I have a dog, and B, even if I didn't have one, my thing is that law should be something that also takes care of the animals and somebody who cannot stand up for themselves. And why only law, the society as a whole? So there I felt a bit, that it is not just about journalism. Though, even at that point of time, if I'm writing a story, I'm supposed to report it. I'm not supposed to put out my emotion. But having said that, I'm also a human being, and I also have my opinions. So that is somewhere I felt, okay, this is a bit sad for me to take it. Prior to that, when Nirbhaya thing happened, like 2011-12, whenever it happened, that was something that I think shook the conscience of the entire nation. And that would be an understatement because it was such a big deal, and how it unfolded in front of the country, that it happened in the national capital, I don't know, 5-6 guys who were involved in that. So that incident.
I mean, I think as a woman, I would say as a working woman would be when it something sexual assault or rape stories when come. And I think when RG Kar Kolkata rape case happened, so I was in this corner. It was 9:30 p.m. something. The office was empty, and I was at this corner near the washroom, and it just hit me that she was right where I was. She was like at her workplace in a secluded corner, and that is where I am. So just imagine something like that happening to you. I think that was when it really hit me that okay, what we are reading and what we are writing every day, it's like real people. It's actually happening.
I was a few months into the job, and in February 2020, Northeast Delhi riots happened. And I remember, like, in those days, I didn't know that on our WhatsApp groups in office, you get unblurred images. Like, when we put it out there on digital, it's all blurred, the blood and everything. You would get unblurred images of those riots. And I still remember, like, this guy called Ankit Sharma, an IB officer who was killed in the riots. And the first story that I had to break quickly was that he was stabbed 400 times. And after that, I didn't realize the impact the story had on me. I was in the rush of the newsroom. But then when I stepped out for lunch, like, I was feeling that panic, and then I started to cry. So I realized that, news actually impacted me emotionally.
So when Pahalgam happened, I worked on the piece amid the Pahalgam terror attack, how Kashmiri Pandits remember the horrors of 1990. It was something मुझे नहीं काम करना था उस पर. मेरे दिमाग में आइडिया था बट मुझे नहीं करना था क्योंकि उस वक्त मेरा दिमाग खराब हो चुका था regarding that. It affected my family. It was affecting me also, and I said कि अगर मैं इस पे काम करूँगी, it will take a mental toll on me. But my boss and many people in my workplace, they encouraged me. They said you should do it. Then I did work on it. जिस तरह से हिम्मत करके I worked on it. I talked to a lot of Kashmiri Pandits, and जितना मैं unbiased हो सकती थी उस article में मैं हुई.
And these heavy stories, they're not just a one-time thing. They happen on a daily basis. They have to stay professional, obviously, but it does affect them and it does bleed into their personal lives.
Yeah, COVID time, I faced like a personal, like very problematic illness in the family, and I powered through it like, as if I knew how to handle things. Maybe that comes from the strength of being desensitized, and my focus was, on this news कि यहाँ hospital में इतने beds खाली हैं. So it was very like, I think it does kind of desensitize you in your personal life.
You learn how to compartmentalize. And luckily, our brain is equipped in a way that it derives a tolerance from pain, and that is needed. So suppose you're feeling very pain, a lot of pain, हमारे दिमाग में tolerance आ जाता है कि जो चीज़ पहले painful लगता था वो अब नहीं लगेगा. That way we cope.
There are times where I feel like okay, I have become too practical. If I'll hear something happen in my like family or something like that, some accident or something, I would be like okay, it is natural. 100 होते हैं दिन में, but it is not something you would like to hear or would rather say if you're not in this field. It comes to you as a shock, but we see it every day. I don't think anyone deals with it. In the end, you just talk it out. I think I would tell my colleague I feel very heavy because of this, and they say something that makes me feel calmer, or we just basically just move on with it.
The next thing I asked them about was this information overload, overstimulation, brain rot. Are the young people being affected by this more uniquely, or is this something which is messing with everyone in the same way?
Gen Z are in a different world altogether. Therefore, journalism में भी वो दिक्कत आता है. इन्फॉर्मेशन बहुत है, डिस्ट्रैक्शन बहुत है. अब अगर ब्लिंकिट है, स्विगी है, जोमेटो है, नथिंग अगेंस्ट देम, बट अगर आपको वो मिनट्स में डिलीवरी कर रहे हैं तो इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन आपके अंदर कोडेड है. पहले नहीं था. पहले वी हैड टू वेट अ लॉट. सो आई एम अ 90s किड, तो आई हैव सीन द ट्रांजिशन. तो मेरा कुछ हिस्सा उधर का है, कुछ हिस्सा बीच वाला है, कुछ हिस्सा आज का है. तो थोड़ा मैं वेल राउंडेड कह सकता हूँ. मेरे जनरेशन की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. बट जेंजीज डोंट हैव दैट ऑप्शन. वो आए हैं इस दुनिया में और एवरीथिंग इज फास्ट. अब उसमें जर्नलिज्म करना है, वो इमोशनली कितने राउंडेड हैं चीज़ों को टेक इन करने का. आई थिंक कि जेस्टेशन पीरियड इज़ रिक्वायर्ड, कि आप कितना होल्ड, कब किस एज पे कितना होल्ड कर सकते हो. अगर मुझे 12 साल की उम्र में उतनी सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन, उतना एक्सपोजर होता, मुझे पता होता कि अमेरिका में लोग कैसे रहते हैं, तो मेरे अंदर शायद इन्फीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स तब हो जाता. बट व्हेन आई एम 25 एंड देन आई गेट टू नो अबाउट दीज थिंग्स, आई हैव अ बेटर पर्सपेक्टिव अबाउट लाइफ. व्हेन आई एम 30 एंड देन आई एम सीइंग कि ओके, इट इज़ देयर कल्चर, दिस इज़ आवर कल्चर, मिडिल ईस्ट में क्या कल्चर है, देन आई एम इन अ बेटर पोजिशन टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट लेयर्ड नुआंसेस उसका क्या है. लेकिन अगर 12 साल की उम्र में अगर मैं ऐसा देखूँ या 8 साल की उम्र में देखूँ, तो मैं शायद उसको उतना अच्छे तरीके से नहीं डाइजेस्ट कर पाऊँ. तो दीज आर द चैलेंजेस विच जेन ज़ी इज़ फेसिंग. वो बिल्कुल इस एरा का प्रॉब्लम है. इट इज़ नॉट द प्रॉब्लम द प्रोफेशन. प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं कह सकते, चैलेंज है.
I think it's not just for Gen Z. Even our grandparents' age or parents' age, now they have started using social media. Like it's like वो WhatsApp groups that your father saw कि ये करने से ऐसे ऐसे होता है, मत किया करो. They don't know, they don't have any sort of source to it. They just saw a text and they believed it. And that is how everyone is. I think we are beyond the point of generation wala. Our generation would be affected in a different way, but our parents' generations are getting affected. Their consumption is becoming different. It's either wild drama on TV or text like these WhatsApp group पे जो ऐसे आते हैं.
I think the older generation consumes more of, started to now, more of on YouTube and on WhatsApp groups, a lot of it which is propaganda or sensationalized, confirmation bias. You feel like everyone's thinking the same way, but it's just your algorithm and feed that's giving you more of what you consume.
So, with all this noise, you still want to be aware of what is happening around you. Here are some tips from journalists to actually do that in a practical way.
Figure out 5, 6 or 10 news outlet, news channels, newspapers that you can trust. Even if it is 90%, so that one has to do. Maybe you can ask the person you trust, maybe your father or friend or whosoever, senior person, कि भाई मैं किसको फॉलो करूँ, किस न्यूज़पेपर को पढ़ूँ, किस न्यूज़ चैनल को देखूँ. एक still, if say suppose you have 5 outlets that you have been told, keep a variety of that basket. One is very pro-government, one is very anti-government. Use both. Don't just bank on one particular anchor or one particular news channel, one particular website, so a bag of it, mixed bag of it. What foreign media is saying, तो शायद आप उनको फॉलो करो. ठीक है. सोशल मीडिया पे भी करना है तो आप क्रेडिबिलिटी किसका क्या है, थोड़ा उस पर इन्वेस्ट ज़्यादा करो टाइम, कि कहाँ से आप कंज्यूम कर रहे हो. And eventually look for the original source. If the person is talking about Supreme Court verdict, spare out some time कि मैं खुद भी एक बार जाके देखूँ क्या हुआ था. ठीक है. जब आप इस चीज़ को ड्यू प्रोसेस को फॉलो करते हो, धीरे धीरे it becomes easier to segregate the noise from news.
The basic thing is download few apps to consume news instead of just scrolling through one social media app. Download 2-3 news apps and you'll at least know what is happening. From there, what you can do is just, okay, if you feel like, oh, this is something I should know or I want to know, then read it properly. Otherwise, you can just leave it there. Just don't make an opinion or just be like, oh, because I've read that headline, I am informed. Take your time to look up the facts, because it's like false news is worse than no news kind of a thing. It's better not to know than know the wrong information.
Ideally reduce your daily consumption. Find, and of course people need to realize, when you're young they feel like this is the be all, activism and all, but it's not. There are a lot of good things happening in the world. It's just that we are not focusing. It's not going to get us numbers. As they say in journalism, अपने numbers नहीं आएंगे. Traffic आता है from stories which are sensational, which are problematic. So there is a lot of good that's happening in the world. So they need to kind of maybe understand that this is not, it's become a warped hole. Like when you go on Instagram, they'll only see the things that are negative. So it's not true. They need to cut that time out. And if they want to be informed, maybe get an array of opinions. Like we talked about confirmation bias. Like we stick to what, the Quint readers would only read Quint. Baki right, extreme Republic, wohi sunenge. Maybe get an informed view over multiple sites.
As a journalist, see, you should know about your surroundings. पता होना चाहिए. मैं भी जब 18 साल की थी, I was like this only कि क्या फर्क पड़ता है. बट सी यू कैन नॉट बी ऑलवेज इग्नोरेंट, ठीक है? थोड़ा वो बैलेंस तुम्हें सीखना होगा, टाइम के साथ आएगा वो। ऐसे अचानक से अगर मैं अभी बोलूँ कि वो बैलेंस शुरू कर दो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई इंसिडेंट आया तुम्हारे पास, ठीक है, उसके बारे में और पढ़ो, ठीक है, जितना हो सके, एंड लुक फॉर क्रेडिबल सोर्सेज। प्लीज डू नॉट लुक फॉर इनक्रेडिबल सोर्सेज। क्रेडिबल सोर्सेज का मेरा मतलब है ऑफिशियल साइट। व्हेन यू सर्च फॉर दैट न्यूज पेज, तुम जो क्रेडिबल न्यूज वेबसाइट्स हैं उनको देखो, और उस पर अगर कोई ऑफिशियल थिंग है, ऐसे लिख सकते हो गूगल पे, प्लीज गिव मी ऑफिशियल इन्फॉर्मेशन ऑन दिस, तो गूगल आपको दे देगा, या फिर ऑफिशियल इन्फॉर्मेशन देखो, एंड ट्राई टू लुक एट ऑल द एंगल्स, देन फॉर्म एन ओपिनियन। और अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है कि अब थोड़ा ज्यादा हो रहा है मेरे साथ, तुम्हें बस बेसिक पता होना चाहिए उस इंसिडेंट का, दैट्स इट। तुम्हें लग रहा है अब ज्यादा हो रहा है मेरे साथ, आई कांट सी इट मोर, stop there, and that's how I think you will be able to balance it out. But तुम completely कि I can't see this news because मुझे mental health problem, नहीं, वो तुम, that's not how society works, that's not how people work. और ऐसा नहीं, see as a human being तुम हर news piece consume नहीं कर पाओगे, बट जो तुम्हें लग रहा है is of national importance. For example, अगर हम अभी प्रोटेस्ट देखें जो दिल्ली में हो रहा है, एयर पोल्यूशन को लेकर है, डॉग्स को रिलेटेड है, कितने इंपॉर्टेंट इश्यूज। सो तुम पढ़ो उसके बारे में, एक बेसिक ओपिनियन बनाओ कि अगर कोई इंसान तुमसे पूछे, नॉर्मल इंसान, कि यार क्या हो रहा है दिल्ली में, तो तुम बता सको कि हाँ यार कोई बेसिक चीज हो रही है, एक तरफा ये बोल रहा है, एक तरफा ये बोल रहा है, दैट्स इट। कोई तुमसे ये पूछे कि व्हाट्स योर ओपिनियन ऑन दिस, यू कैन से विदाउट फीलिंग एनी गिल्ट, आई हैव नॉट फॉर्म्ड एनी ओपिनियन राइट नाउ, बट ऐसा हो, दैट्स इट।
Endless scrolling, and also one more thing, because information is very easily available. I see this to my family members sometimes. डेटा फ्री है इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि बात करते जाना, बात खत्म हो गई, रख दो फोन, और बताओ, तो वो चीज़ हम लोग कंटेंट में भी करते हैं, और दिखाओ। आपने देख लिया एयर इंडिया क्रैश के बारे में, देखना था, आपने 4 वीडियो देख लिया, एक न्यूज़ आर्टिकल पढ़ लिया, काफ़ी है, आप उसको प्रोसेस करो। सो वो होता क्या, इट इज़ सो एडिक्टिव, एनी सोशल मीडिया थिंग इज़ वेरी एडिक्टिव, वो ऐसा बनाते हैं।
You don't have to, again, you don't have to know everything, you don't have to be a part of every conversation. I think one of the major reasons why our generation, Gen Z, is like, they want to talk about everything that is happening because they want to, there's this complex of, okay, I might not know this, that I cannot look like I don't know this. So that complex should be, I think one should just get rid of it. Despite all of, apart from this, the news thing, apart from this also, even if you don't know, it is okay. Again, it is better than just knowing half of it. But understand your mind. Do you really want to consume this news because you can talk about it, or because it is something that is interesting to you? If war is interesting to you, that how it works, then I think you will find, without any guidance, you will find a way to consume it correctly, if you are genuinely interested.
Opinion, in my view, should only be given if you are an expert of the subject matter. Unless अब दोस्तों में बात करो तो फिर कुछ भी करो, बट जहाँ भी थोड़ा सा आप एक वैसा डिस्कशन, एक इन्फॉर्म डिस्कशन कर रहे हो, पॉडकास्टर बन के कर रहे हो, तो वेल इन्फॉर्म होना चाहिए, वरना आप ओपिनियन तो मत ही दो, फैक्ट्स पे स्टिक करो। और ओपिनियन के लिए यू नीड एक्सपीरियंस आपको 18 साल में नहीं आएगा, आप 5 साल एक सब्जेक्ट को देते हो तो थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस आता है। एंड एज आई सेड कि जेनजी के साथ ये लिमिटेशन है कि बिकॉज दे आर बॉर्न इन एन एरा ऑफ इंस्टेंट ग्रेटिफिकेशन, दे वांट टू डू इट टुडे, व्हिच इज़ अ गुड थिंग बिकॉज दे आर गोइंग फॉर इट, बट वक्त तो लगता है, नए परिंदों को उड़ने में वक्त तो लगता है, प्यार का पहला खत लिखने में वक्त तो लगता है।
Lastly, I just ask them one simple question. With all of this happening around you, how do you stay hopeful?
I think after spending 9 hours of reading, this man has done this woman has done this, when I really go out in the world, I don't see those like too many bad people. If I fall somewhere, 2 people will come and help me, but suddenly this mindset is like I think everyone, not just journalists, we're like, no one will help you, everyone is selfish. People really are not, they're not abusive. And if language barriers in India, this is a new topic, that if you go to a certain part of the country, they will make you feel alienated and all of that. might be true in some cases, but it really is not. So you really need to go out first. I think personally, I feel that the more I read, the more paranoid I get. But the more I go out and talk to people, it gives me a sense of relief that इतना भी खराब नहीं है.
I think there's nothing to be so gloomy about, first of all. I mean, these are the changes and it is inevitable. All you can do is keep learning and be grateful that you're witnessing all these changes. Extract the good out of what is changing, what has changed, and what has kept you in good stead from the past. Don't forget that. Keep on doing those very basic, simple things. Okay, say suppose in my case, if I like to read, I like to listen to music, sing. These are the things that keep me sane. And whatever are happening outside is outside. Now, spirituality is again something that a lot of people are talking about, and I think it's a very inward journey, and one must also cater to that inward journey time to time. Keep revisiting it. You cannot simply undermine it because the center is inside you. Deep down, it is what's happening inside you that will determine the quality and the satisfaction that you carry along, that you experience.
During the stray dogs thing, I saw the story of this Sardarji. He was quite aged and he had this factory of tins. What he did was he took one tin, he glued mattress to it, and now thousands of tins are like there in Gurgaon for stray dogs. It's shelter for them. So it is such a small story, but it feels that these kind of stories gives you hope. When you read ki, okay, if there's a person who is killing, there's a person who is saving also. So you have both sides of everything, but learn about the bad side of it, but do not completely focus on that.
So how I stay hopeful is by having a personal life.
Okay.
You need to surround yourself with people who love you, your friends, your family. Go out with them. You'll realize दुनिया नहीं खत्म हो रही है.
After spending time with the journalists, if I had to sum up what I learned, I would say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Using multiple sources to learn about one thing might be a better idea than just sticking to one source which is going to tell me what I want to hear. A variety will help me take in the bigger picture rather than just opinions of other people's opinions of other people's opinions. Be intentional. If I'm learning about something, I need to be present while I'm doing it. Passive scrolling might increase the amount of things I know, but that's not the best way to process something. Compartmentalizing your entertainment and news sources might be one way to do that. Having dedicated news apps on your phone, or sometimes just sticking to the old ways like reading a newspaper daily, could be the way to go. Slow and steady. It takes time to actually wrap your head around complex ideas. Being patient with myself can help me find a good balance between obsessing over one thing which is flooding my feed and avoiding things which seem too complicated or heavy.
Overall, I think consuming news is a very subjective thing, and how I interpreted what these journalists said could be very different from how you did. This is a conversation which should not and cannot have a final conclusion. But I think all of us can learn something from them regarding how we consume news and how it's affecting us emotionally over time.
So after talking to all the journalists, what's the answer to my first assumption? Are we all journalists?
I don't know, pata nahi. Depends how you look at it.